For me to bring to the microphone Minister Marielle Thomas.
All right, y'all. So listen, I need your help to give the title of this sermon. In 1993, an iconic movie was released, and there's a song in that movie that I think sums up what the message is. I'm gonna sing it one time, but I need y'all to sing it back with me. All right. I see, like I know y'all didn't know y'all was gonna do karaoke at the Christmas service, but it's all right. We gonna make it work. So the song says, "If you wanna be somebody, if you wanna go somewhere, you better wake up and pay." Come on, y'all. Let me hear y'all. Be somebody. If you wanna, uh-huh. So for the next few moments, I just want to talk to y'all from that thought. You better wake up and pay attention. I I can imagine that it was a dark and a still night. The air was crisp, and out in the open field, sheep were probably roaming and cows were mooing, and the moon was taking center stage on the canvas of the night sky. I believe that it's in this field that we stumble across some men who are intently looking up at the sky. Some people call them wise men, but we're going to call them what they actually are, astrologers. They study the stars. And here they are doing what they probably do every single night. They're counting the stars. They're studying the constellations. They're taking notes of what they see. But on this particular night, they see a star that is different, and they have this encounter with this never before seen star, and they get instructions to go find the child and worship him. And if it's all right with you, I just want to I want to invite you to get on the plane of your theological imagination. As we journey with these men, there are lessons that we can learn from them about the importance of not only paying attention, but what to pay attention to. Y'all ready to go? Y'all ready? All right. The first thing that we learn from them is that we have to pay attention to the practical. Yeah, when we encounter these men in the text, they have an encounter with the divine through a bright and shining star. God used what they knew to communicate with them. This is important for us to catch and understand, because some of us have missed God, not because God is not speaking, but simply because we have not been paying attention. Some of us are looking for God in the supernatural, but God has been speaking to you in the practical. Let me break it down for you. Can God crack open the sky and talk to you? Yes, God can. Can God send an angel to come talk to you? Yes, God can. Can God make fire fall from the sky? Yes, God can. God can move in supernatural ways, but most times God will speak to you through what you know. In other words, I like how my mama puts this. Hey, mama, I know you watching. I like how my mama puts this. God will speak your language. God will meet you right where you are. God has been speaking to you on your social media timeline. Have you been paying attention? God has been talking to you through your friend group and your faith community. Have you been paying attention? God has been talking to you through your favorite movies, podcasts, all of the above. Have you been paying attention? God has been speaking, but are we paying attention? So number one, we have to pay attention to the practical, but number two, we have to pay attention to the pit stops. Yeah, so the star brings them to Jerusalem. And here they arrive in Jerusalem, and they think, okay, well, this must be the place. The star kind of faded out, so we must be where we're supposed to be. So they immediately start asking folk in the town, where's this child? We've come to worship him, so we can give him what he needs, and we can bow down and we can worship him. They thought they had arrived at the destination, but they were only at the pit stop. Can I bring this down your row? Don't confuse the pit stop with the final destination. On your journey to your assignment, God will have you take pit stops to get something you need for the journey. But the problem is, with some of us, we have made pit stops permanent. Yeah, I'm coming for you. Some of y'all are in relationships with your pit stop. Some of y'all are in business deals with your pit stop. Some of y'all are in friendships with your pit stop. And some of y'all are married to your pit stop. The pit stop is a lesson, it is not the destination. So, number one, we have to pay attention to the practical. Number two, we have to pay attention to the pit stops. But thirdly and finally, we have to pay attention to the pretenders. Here are these astrologers, and they are asking all around Jerusalem, where is this child so we can go and worship him? The people in the town started to get concerned because these men, what are they talking about? And the word gets back to King Herod. King Herod starts freaking out. He panics. So he calls in the religious leaders and asks them, is this true? What is going on? And the religious leaders have to communicate to him, yes, it's true. This was prophesied. And they begin to give him the prophecy. So King Herod decides he's going to take matters into his own hands. So he invites these astrologers to the palace for a private meeting. Now, the text don't tell us this, but we can provide some theological imagination. I believe that he rolled out the red carpet for them. I believe he brought out the best food, the best wine, and probably had some pretty women hanging around the palace as well. So he sits down with these astrologers, and he begins to ask very inquisitive questions like, well, what time did you see the star? What did it look like? How big was it? The astrologers are sharing all the details on what they saw and what they experienced. What they did not realize is that Herod is pretending to be interested, to gain access to information. Yeah, let me go ahead and bring that down your road. Don't ever confuse proximity with loyalty. In other words, don't think that everyone trying to get close to you is for you. Because some folks just want to get close to you to harm you. Yeah, some folks want to get close to you to steal your ideas and then start fronting on social media like they came up with the idea. Some folks will pat you on the back, not to congratulate you, but to soften the spot for the knife. All I'm trying to say is everybody trying to be your friend ain't trying to be your friend. So here Herod is. He's coaxing information out of these astrologers. He's using them to try to kill Jesus. He wants the information to get to Jesus. But can I tell you where the shout is for me? While Herod is trying to use the astrologers, God is busy using him. Let me help you. How do we know that? That's Christian's favorite question, like Callie said. How do y'all ask the best questions? In their meeting after Herod hears everything they saw, he tells them to go to Bethlehem of Judea and find the child so I can come and worship him too. See, I knew y'all was gonna miss the shout. From the field all the way to this point, the astrologers had absolutely no idea where Jesus was. But it was not until Herod, their enemy, that they did not know was their enemy, tells them to go to Bethlehem, that they get the actual city that Jesus is in. Let me help you. I'm grateful that I serve a God that will take my enemies, what they mean for my downfall, and turn it around for my advancement. I am grateful that I serve a God that will make my enemies my footstool. I'm grateful that I serve a God that even if I don't know that I am in danger, God is behind the scenes working to divert every plan for my good. And is there anybody in this room that can take a few moments with me just to simply tell God, thank you. God, I thank you for every time you disrupted the plans meant to harm me. Thank you for every attack that was planned that I never knew about because you blocked it. God, I thank you for every weapon that formed, but it did not prosper. God, thank you for protecting me from danger seen and unseen. God, I thank you that you will use the folk pretending to like me, to propel me. So God, I thank you for the practical. I thank you for the pit stops. I thank you for the pretenders. Why? Because all things work together for the good of them who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. So I'm going to end it like I started. If you want to be somebody and if you want to go somewhere, you better wake up and you better pay attention.
first message. You better wake up and pay attention. You better wake up and pay attention. My God, Marielle. Can we give her a hand?